Mr. Speaker, House at large. So what is this bit all about? Time to break it down and demystify it. This bit is all about, should babies produced by like artificial insemination be used as like a form of medicine or treatment to treat people? So like taking the stem cells to treat people. This debate will show you why, from our own side, you believe that a government who takes his people at heart and takes their interest keenly should be allowed to do this fully, first of all. But before I move on, Kumbi drops some argument and I'd like to rebut that. So first of all, Kumbi throws a rebuttal and he says this, that lives of these children are at high risk and lives of people are at high risk. First of all, you should understand that in the world of medicine, that everything is a big risk. And even the tablets you take are like poison and are also risky. So sometimes out of being overcautious, mistakes are even made that are risky. So if the medical field is a very risky field, then you should be like pointing to this risk as a special case. Lots and lots of other risks have been taken. Benkasi took a risk when he decided to operate twins who were conjoined in the head. That was a big risk. He was successful. And these were also babies. Before, one will die for the other to live. And that is the kind of society we are trying to create. Instead of allowing like everybody to die from the issues, or having kids who grow up or come out and become like a waste to society, or having a bank where people donate sperm and eggs, become like filled with sperm and eggs that won't be used in the next 2,000 years, then why don't we utilize them properly instead of throwing them away? That is a big thing in this debate. That is what they fail to see. The argument of should you bring in a 3-year-old child for this issue, that is not part of this debate. That is so absurd. I don't know why they want to take us out of it. That was so absurd. Why? First of all, a 3-year-old child who is already like has been adopted or taken like as a kid, or has been seen like as a kid by someone. Some people have taken him to society and make him become part of society, either in an orphanage home or by his parents. If anything happens to this child, these people will feel the hurt. That is badly unutilitarian. Secondly, Kumi mentioned the fact that you are reminded of arguing whether these people have potentials or not. He forgets one thing, that the utilitarian principle don't even look at potentials in the first place. The utilitarian principle tries to judge everyone as normal. But still, my speech, I'll show you why as equal. But still, my speech, I'll show you why these babies cannot be fully seen as equal to every other person or like every other babies in the society. That on their own side is like flawed. No, see, bro, not now. So finally, they tell us that there are other alternatives. We didn't even get any of the alternatives. But big question, if there are other alternatives and the stem cells of babies which are seen to be fully efficient, like my teammate told, like Joy told you, are decided to be used, then what does that mean? It means that the alternatives are not good enough, the alternatives are not working enough, or there is a huge necessity for the government to do this. Society changes, government changes their policies due to society's needs and necessities. And for that reason, government can start to take any action, even when it comes to like killing someone, if they feel society needs it, no matter who that person is. Government have done things like this in the past. Government will still keep on doing this. We are running this basic hardline in this debate. Moving further, sorry, please sit. Moving further, he comes up to say capitalists may misuse it. So, Mark Zuckerberg should have been scared of capitalists when he created Facebook then. Or those who created penicillin should have been scared of capitalists misusing it and making the poor not to be able to buy it. Or what the fuck is that? Technology are always deemed to be misused, either by capitalists or not by capitalists. Someone drives a car and uses it to hit 10 people for his own selfish benefit or gain. That is misuse, and that person is not a capitalist. Someone tries to take 10 pills of paracetamol, that is misuse. Paracetamol is cheap, that person is a capitalist. So misuse should not be a basis for which, like for example, a form of medical care should be thrown out or be left aside. Furthermore, guys, sit down. Yeah. Furthermore, there has a big question like, will you say you seek care for the babies when you kill them? We tell you this, that for my teammates, we have found that these babies have a high risk of dying. First of all, because every operation, every medical research and the rest of them creates high risk of death. But secondly, we still tell you one thing, that the surgical operations, we doctors try to be careful, that we carefully try to ensure that this risk is greatly minimized as best as we can. So on that basis, I feel they should not come on that aspect. We have acknowledged it from our speech. So before I move on, let me take the closing. If anything else, still come and reply.
Okay, so does government in today's debate support the buying and selling of babies that is one topic?
Big question. Does government support the buying and selling of babies vis-a-vis human trafficking? First of all, we tell you how these babies come into play, right? These babies are babies which were created, which are created from like the bringing of an egg and a sperm together, and put them in an artificial environment to create these babies. These are not babies that were given birth to true natural population, right? Which have a parent who will feel hurt. These are babies that, if not careful, the sperm cells and the eggs used to create them will be thrown away and become a full-time waste in society. Why these people who who donated them, collect the money for them. That is bad. We feel government has to get value for every penny they spend, as long as it's not seen as very bad. Moving further, so now, big question here, which seems to be an issue: insemination versus natural birth. So first of all, we tell you this: that see, insemination of eggs and sperm. That's it. Insemination comes like artificial means, like you take a stem cell, you put it together. You don't pass it into like the womb of a person in this kind of format. You do IVF. So doing it through IVF, like these guys seem not to like have a parent anymore. Except if somebody had come in the first place to say, do this for me to have a kid. But secondly, it says that see, people are always willing to donate for this cause because they know they will have to like receive some cash. But what happens when for natural birth? It says that natural birth, in terms of natural birth, that see, there's a father and mother that makes a decision and they have a stronger bond to their babies. For this reason, we can't decide to use them. Furthermore, we tell you this: that see, on the issue of moral ground status, we tell you this, that we agree that yeah, babies have rights. But when do you lose your right in the society? You only lose your right in society when you like have no place in that society, right? When people in society won't give you any option. So for example, a thief who has stolen loses some of his right because he lacks a place in society. Some mothers lose his right because he also lacks a place in the society. And for that reason, they lose his right. But secondly, it says that they don't have full ground moral status to like discuss these issues about these babies. Why? Because these babies don't even have the right to choose in the first place. They cannot even choose what they want or what they don't want. And secondly, there's nobody who is willing to make that big choice for them. And then if not for this purpose, they become full waste. But moving forward, I'll tell you this: nature of government. That, like my team has told you, that government is always there to save the citizens with full status as citizens, right? And for every other person they could save, they also save you. So that's why they try to save refugees. But first of all, they save their major citizens first of all. In doing this, see, government tries to ensure one thing, that it has healthy citizens. Why? Because stem cells in nature have the ability to generate into different organs which are internally. So if you need a heart, a stem cell can be generated into your heart and the rest of them. This helps to treat you, this helps to reduce the mortality rate in the society. That leads to a more healthier, a more productive society, which ends up serving the government in the long run. These guys tend to argue like they're working with a very like soft government. We tell you this: a government that puts its people first is a strong government, and that kind of government we stand for. And for that purpose, we are proud. Protesting. Thank you. It's a protest.